So today we are going to learn about cervical intraepithelial neoplasia. Which is called as CIN as a short form. But in 1910, Rubin introduced the term CIS, which is called as carcinoma in situ. Whereas again in 1956, Walters and Regan introduced again the new term, which is called as dysplasia. They introduced the concept called dysplasia. In 1967, Richard finally gave whole world the term which is called as the concept of CIN, where the cervical squamous cells, the normal squamous cells, are replaced by atypical cells. Now what are atypical cells? Atypical cells may be the undesigned cells. Undesigned cells means they are different morphologically and physiologically from the normal cells. Now let us see the normal anatomy of the cervix. Here we don't have to see the whole cervix. We will only see the ectocervix and the endocervix. Let me draw the diagram. This is the endocervix and this is the ectocervix. Now the endocervix, first we will see about the ectocervix. Ecto means which is outer. So the ectocervix is lined by squamous epithelium. Whereas the endocervix is lined by columnar epithelium. So this is lined by the columnar epithelium and these are lined by the squamous epithelium. So the junction where the columnar epithelium of endocervix and the squamous epithelium of ectocervix meet, this point is called as the squamo-columnar junction, called as SCJ. See, the squamous epithelium and columnar epithelium meet at a point which is called as the squamo-columnar junction, and this squamo-columnar junction is called as the dynamic point, where we could see different phases of life, such as this typical point undergoes different changes during puberty, pregnancy and menopause. And this is the only point where the metaplastic changes will be seen further. We will see it in further discussion. Hence, this is called as the transformation zone. Transformation zone, that is called as a TZ, the transformation zone. How we will keep it in mind? Squamo-columnar, this is outside. So ectocervix outside, squamous cells and inside endocervix. So first only the word is written squamous. So squamo-columnar junction, this is the dynamic point where the different events takes place at the different phases of life, such as the puberty, then during the pregnancy and the menopause. After this normal anatomy of cervix, now we will see the classification of the cervical intraepithelial neoplasia, which is basically done depending upon the histology or the cytology of the epithelium. Now, depending upon the progress of the cervical intraepithelial neoplasia, it is divided into 3 stages. So, if the lower 1/3 of the squamous epithelium are involved, so lower 1/3 of squamous epithelium are involved, that is the basal cells, basal 1/3 is involved, this is called as the mild dysplasia. This is the old terminology. Dysplasia is the old terminology. According to new terminology, it will be cervical intraepithelial neoplasia 1. So if the basal 1/3, that is lower 1/3 of the squamous epithelium of the ectocervix is involved, we will call it as the mild dysplasia or cervical intraepithelial neoplasia 1. Second grade. Now, if the basal 2/3 of the cells are involved, basal 2/3 are involved, we will call it as a moderate dysplasia or cervical intraepithelial neoplasia grade 2. Now, if third, whole thickness of the ectocervix, the whole thickness of the squamous epithelium of the ectocervix is involved, except few upper layers. Whole thickness is involved, but only a few upper layers are not involved, like this. Then this is called as the severe dysplasia or cervical intraepithelial neoplasia stage 3rd. So the whole thickness of the squamous epithelium, all the cells are involved, only a few 1 or 2 layers above are not involved, then we will call it as a severe dysplasia or cervical intraepithelial neoplasia 3rd. The last one is when whole the thickness of the squamous epithelium, whole thickness involved. Then we will call it as the CIS, that is the cervical in situ, when the whole thickness is involved. Again we will see, if lower 1/3, that is only basal 1/3 is involved, we will call it as a mild dysplasia or cervical intraepithelial neoplasia 1. Basal 2/3 is involved, basal 2/3 of the epithelium is involved, we will call it as a moderate dysplasia and cervical intraepithelial neoplasia 2nd. If the whole thickness is involved except upper few layers of the cells, we will call it severe dysplasia or cervical intraepithelial neoplasia stage 3rd. And if the whole thickness of squamous epithelium involved, we will call it as a CIS carcinoma in situ. Here we have to understand that dysplasia is the older terminology and the new terminology is cervical intraepithelial neoplasia.